What's going on, y'all? My name is Director Ripp, and I just jumped out the pool with Dirty Glove Bastards.
I come from shit, so I'm grinding. Not a day that I play, I'm trying. Run it up to the.
All right, so we got my boy, Director Ripp, jumping off the porch with us today, man. Welcome,
yes,
bro.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So how we feeling today, man?
Man, I'm feeling good, man. I've been trying to do this for years.
Yeah.
You know, I'm finally getting a chance to get this interview in.
Nah, man, you've been dropping movies left and right. Like, it seems like every month you got a new movie coming out, man.
Man. I've been working. I love working.
Yeah.
Love working.
Nah, so it seemed like perfect timing to go ahead and knock this out, too, man.
Yes, sir, it is.
Yeah, man. So go ahead and introduce your boy sitting up there today, too, man.
Okay, it's my brother-in-law, man. He rocking with me.
Okay.
It's Clay. Yes, yeah.
That's what's good, man. So, got anything else you working on here in Atlanta, Rip? Or are you in and out with it? You just came up here to mess with us, or what we doing?
Yeah, I came up here to mess around and of course I'm coming here to do it off the porch.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to rock with my guy, Pastor Troy, and Joe Gotti later on, do some things with them in the city.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you currently filming anything while you're here in Atlanta, or?
Not currently filming anything, just taking a little small break, for right now. So not at this moment, but when I get back home, yes, I'll be filming some more stuff.
Okay. So yeah, we'll touch on all that in a second,
Yes,
man.
sir.
But back home is in Memphis for folks that don't know, man.
Yeah.
So let the people know what part of the city you're from originally, man.
I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, over to Raleigh, from Raleigh, Memphis. That's the north area.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, man, talk about your come up, man. Like you're growing up there in Raleigh, man. What was that like for you, man?
Man, to come up, I've been in North Memphis all my life, and seeing a lot of things, been around a whole lot of things. So, those are things I jotted into my movies about what I've seen, what I've been through, and things like that. Nothing just really bad, but
Yeah.
my first movie came from some things that happened, when I grew up.
Okay. How does North Memphis today look compared to when you was a kid then?
Man, North Memphis hasn't changed, but the only thing that's changed is just the people, your surroundings, in North Memphis. We growing up, we can stay outside and do what we want to do and everything, but now you can't do that late at night, things like that, and run around, you have to, the young folks, they wouldn't like us when we were growing up, so can't do the same thing you used to do.
No, absolutely, man.
Yep.
So when would you say you jumped off the porch? How old were you?
Man, I jumped out the porch back in, I think I jumped out the porch back in 1999.
Okay.
That's when I first started doing a whole lot of things. Yeah.
I got you. And did you end up going to college after school, or?
I ended up going to college. I went to Shelby State, which is now Southwest Tennessee. And I went back to Southwest and graduated. I went to Strayer University, took up computer information systems and things like that. Didn't graduate, but I got some classes in and everything.
Okay.
I went a different way other than going through information systems.
Gotcha. And how did you get into writing? Like, you were writing books at first, right?
Oh man, I started writing books while I was in high school, and I wrote my first big book, which is The Awakening of a Troubled Mind. I wrote that back in '96, and we did some titles on it, did some pictures on it, and we changed it. But later on, like in '99, I wrote a screenplay of it, but I didn't shoot the first movie till like 2015.
Okay. So what inspired you to start writing those books back then?
Oh, what started me inspired? Well, I used to be in high school reading some stuff on Langston Hughes and my favorite author, which is can't remember his name. And actually, is one of my passcodes on some of my things, John Grisham. John Grisham. I read a lot of things. English was my favorite subject. Took 4 English in college, so it was my favorite subject. And I just love reading, literature, taking literature class and everything. And from there, it's just, I grew into writing. But, my dad wrote poetry, and my whole entire family is a family of talent. They write, they sing, do a whole lot of stuff. So I was actually born with the talents that I got.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you were writing those books, were you picturing like turning them into movies back then, or?
Back then I wasn't, because I wrote 2 books of poetry and I wrote a storybook. And I put those books in the bookstores. I marketed desktop publishing on them. Opened up a publishing company called Ripp Publishing Company. And it didn't inspire me till after, later on, after I finished doing music, I decided to do something with it, with the film.
So yeah, like you just mentioned, you were doing music.
Yes,
How'd you get into doing that at first?
Man, music was my first love. I started music in 1998. I wrote a few things with the Haze. A guy named Brian, started writing with him. Did a couple of tracks with him one time, and from there, I started my company called Ripp Records Entertainment, where I had artists on my label.
Okay.
And you know, of course, the artists, you know, they drag their feet and things like that. Until I came upon my son, little Chris. He's 5 years old, and when Chris 5 years old, I pushed him all the way from 5 years old all the way up to he got like 15 years old. But we was touring. I mean, met thousands of celebrities, things like that. We toured, you know, me and my wife, we did a lot of things with Lil Chris, but Lil Chris was the one, you know, at a young age, you know, getting signed at a young age too.
Is he still rapping today?
Oh, he's not rapping today, but he's actually one of my actors in my movie, so he's acting now.
Oh, damn.
And amongst some more things.
No, that's dope, man. I love how you keep it in the family too, man.
Man, yes, I always keep it in the family because I depend on my family through a lot of things. A lot of my family members, in-laws, and they depend on them to you know, if I need to go this half step on things, stuff like that. So, you know, family is always there when I need them.
Yeah, and you still got one foot in music too. You're managing an artist right now, right?
Yeah, man, as an artist, you know, we're about to come out the contract a little bit, you know, so I'm still managing an artist right now, so at the time, so, but after that, you know, after July, cutting the whole music thing out because right now I'm just full time into filming and, you know, so.
No, it makes sense with, like you said, with how busy you are right now. With this film all these films really taking off, you might as well, you know, go full 2 feet in with that too.
Man, I'm telling you, the filming business for me, it wasn't like that when I first started 2015. And then as soon as, you know, 2018 came along, it got really big for me. Okay. You know, it's like really serious. I've been serious all the while, but, you know, it just came reality for me in 2018. You know, when it just started getting really big for me. Yeah.
So let's first go to 2015.
Okay.
So how do we get our start? What do we jump in with?
We're jumping in 2015. I got my book called The Waking Up with Troubled Mind. Okay. I sent it to Maverick Entertainment, and it was just, I can remember that, still remember that day, the same street I was on, when it happened, time frame and everything. When I got that call from Doug Schwab from Maverick Entertainment said, we're gonna take your first movie, and I was like, man, it was like a good feeling for me. Took that movie just like when I first got the first phone call for doing the white swap, you know, so it was just that's a big feeling for me. And it was like, man, the best feeling ever in the world, and I was like, I'm finally finna start doing something with my books, but I didn't know it was gonna take me this far where I'm at today. Yeah. You know, I just thought, okay, yeah, I'm gonna do one movie. It was nonstop.
You can't stop with that.
Man, it's like walking down the road, you trying to get to the stop sign getting so far away, I'm just gonna keep walking till I get to the stop sign. Yeah. You know, never gonna stop. Yeah. You know.
And you just mentioned the wife swap. I had to go look up this episode too. I saw some clips on YouTube. How did you get that opportunity first off?
Well, I actually got the opportunity from my son, Lil Chris, being the hip hop artist. Okay. White Swap decided they want to do a story on a hip hop artist from Memphis, Tennessee. They found out about him. And he called me from New York. Still remember that day, remember the time frame, where I was at, everything. Called my wife, said, hey, White Swap want to do a movie do a story on us. Like, for real? She's like, you just playing. Next thing you know, they fly down here from New York to our house and interview us. I'm like, this is real. Got into it. We swapped families. You know, the wife came over here from Florida. My wife went over to Florida with them. It's an experience.
Man, that's a crazy concept, man. How would you explain that experience then? Were you ready for what happened?
Man, that experience, I thought I was gonna be happy, having fun, everything. Man, that was like, oh my God, that's the worst thing ever. It was like, because you're arguing all the time, and they're not making you argue, it's just the information they bring to you. Like, say so-and-so, okay, what you think about him doing this right here? Well, I think it's a bunch of, okay, you go tell them then, you know, so that's how they start the argument up. But it was, I'm telling you, it was a great experience, good money too.
Okay, and, that's always important.
Can't forget about the money. It was a great experience, and I can say that lifted me off into films. Okay. Because from when I seen my directors on set from ABC when I was doing the White Swap, that made me wanted to start filming myself and be a director. You know, so that's kind of like a boost for me into this industry.
Yeah, it's kind of like you got it behind the scenes, like to be able to shadow to see how a major production goes on. Too.
Yes, and we got. I mean, they was there for me. They did anything we wanted them to do, got anything we wanted. I mean, everything. And of course, White Swap was on. It was RGB company, and moved from there and went to Lifetime, bought it.
Yeah.
And Lifetime went to that, and now it's on Hulu. So Hulu, it shows on Hulu.
So we could stream this episode right now?
Yeah. Parkers and the Robinsons, White Swap. We did that in 2010, but it's still showing today, and our show's the best show on White Swap.
Oh, wow.
We was gonna do a White Swap too, but they went to Celebrity, then after that, they jumped from Celebrity, they just cut it off from there. But yeah, you can see it today.
Okay. Like I said, I looked up a few clips on YouTube. Man.
Yeah.
What'd your wife think of the experience, though?
She didn't like it at first, and she didn't like being on camera. That's why she's not here on stage today. So she's actually my writer, and production manager. But she liked it at first, but then when she went over there and did the Switch Family, she actually brought something to the table with them and actually showed them how to be a family and to care for the kids. Even got step kids, you still do the same thing because a step kid is not step kids, all your kids when you're a family together. So that kind of helped them out in their life tremendously. Because the father wasn't. He didn't really. The wife didn't really say my stepson, but it actually, grew into him and taught them a lot of things,
Yeah.
No,
that's dope right there, man.
Yeah.
So let's inspire some filmmakers, because I feel like, when you have an idea to create a film, it can be overbearing, so shooting your first movie, what were some of the challenges you faced, and was it harder than you thought? Was it easier than you thought? Or break that down for us.
Man, shooting my first movie, when I shot my first movie, it was a time frame. Because we started shooting, and it's crazy because we were shooting like 12-hour days, 10-hour days, but we found the solution to not shoot that long. Another challenge is that you have when you're shooting is like the actors. They gotta learn the script. You gotta know your script, and that makes the filming faster. If the actor don't know the script, it slows a lot of things down.
Oh yeah.
Being on time on set. If you're not on time on set, that slows a lot of things up on set because you might be ready to shoot and you ain't got that actor there and they have to wait on you.
Everyone's got to wait on you.
Man, and you know what? But what I do, if you're not there on my set, we take 10, rewrite the script, write you out, and we keep going.
He said write you out.
We write you out. That's how we do it. Because my thing about it is that I don't wait on nobody. I don't wait on nobody, and I got this far by not waiting on people.
Yeah.
Because you understand that people will have you waiting, and you can wait a day until they turn to a week turn to a month turn to a year, before you waiting.
Oh yeah.
And that's one thing I don't procrastinate on waiting on nobody. And if I have to do it myself, I do it myself. Regardless of the situation, I do it myself because I don't work hard to get to the point. I got to this point working this hard. And not, I don't depend on people to get me to where I want to be because I want to be the one who say I made that mistake and not that person made that mistake for me. I don't want to blame you for it. I want to blame myself. Yeah. So me, I don't wait. I don't wait on them.
Nah, I don't blame you. Working in this industry is a lot of waiting, and I tell folks like, man,
it's hard. It's a hard industry, but they say I make it look easy. But I'm telling you, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard, but it's because I've been doing it. I know what to do.
Yeah.
That's the thing about it.
And speaking of hard, how hard is it to find the right actor for the right role for each film?
Oh man, we ran to a lot of actors. I trained just about everybody in Memphis from films and everything. Like my first movie, just about everybody in Memphis was in my film. My first film, A Troubled Mind.
Yeah.
We trained, but what I have learned and what we do now, we scout for actors now that's already into the industry.
Okay.
I don't too much use the actors that's not acting or never been an actor. If I do, I'm gonna bring you as an extra, and then I want to see how dedicated you are. I bring you to a table meeting just to have you sit there and listen to us. And if you don't come to the table meeting, I know that you're not dedicated. Because we be at a table meeting for 2 hours, and that's just like you've been on set for 10 hours. And a lot of problem with actors, they don't want to stay on set that long, but you have to sit on set and wait. We don't have a time frame because everything works on time. Like, we don't know when we're gonna finish this first scene. So, we can't put a time on the first scene. So you have to come on set, we'll predict the time, but it might not be the right time. So it's a lot of things to it.
Yeah. And talk about building up your crew. Who all do you have as part of your crew? Who's on set right now?
Oh man, I got the best crew. I done had some guys come into my life that's the really made things happen. I used to have a crew, 305 Entertainment, Blink and Pat, rest in peace, Patrick Jackson. He was my DP. But the thing about it, when he left, God just brought somebody else in to take his place, the same exact person, which is Criminal Mind.
Okay.
So Criminal had grown into this industry with us, and we became business partners. And my wife is writing his movies while I'm able to still write my own movies. I write about 5-6 movies a year.
Oh wow. At
the same time, she's writing his movies, like 1 or 2 movies a year, but Krim is in all of my movies. Along with it, some more guys, you got Sid, and you got Buck, and then you got Young Key, shout out to 47 Mob, all those guys, that's part of my crew. Then I got my crew, got my wife, my production manager and writer, and then I got some new team members. Got LaQuita Longhorn, which is my assistant director, and I got Tay over here, which is gonna be my DP, the youngest DP in the city. He been trained up under Joe Gotti, so Joe Gotti the best guy here in Atlanta with shooting videos. So my team is building, and we're building success, and we're making it happen. So I'm just looking forward to all of it. Everything happening and having a great rest of this year and even greater year next year.
Oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about Krim. Like, how does that connection happen? Like, do you step to him, like, be in this movie? Did he step to you like, hey, I want to shoot a movie? What was that conversation like?
Well, I had one of my actors, Baracko Jones, he one of my great actors too, came to me and said, and I've been wanting to meet Krim for like my whole life. Yeah. I've been knowing about it for a long time, and I was like, okay, I get to meet Krim like that. So I went over to Squeaky Studio and met with him, and then Krim said, I want y'all to shoot my movie. That's what I told him. I said, let me know when you're ready. And he started laughing, and see, he didn't really believe me because a lot of people came to him saying the same thing. Yeah. It just didn't take, for the opportunity. And we got together, we shot that first movie, The Neighborhood Dopemane, and bam.
It's like a classic right now, man.
Man, that's a classic. I'm gonna tell you something, Krim, he's a hard worker, and he's a changed person in the industry because, I'm glad I came in and changed his life with the filming and everything, but he's became a great actor. A lot of people are like, is that you on film? Yeah, he have learned the way to do his scripts, learned the way that he can learn it, and he's became a great actor. Like, he's got Neighborhood Dopemane, and we just shot another movie for him called Played, and we're doing one of the biggest movies called Miss Afghanistan, so we shooting that in August.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's gonna be a really great movie.
Yeah.
So, so that's my guy there. Yeah. That's my guy.
So The Neighborhood Dopemane, this thing drops. It was going viral on Twitter. I think even the Shade Room had posted this.
Man, I just looked like probably about a month ago, it went to Ricky Smiley's show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Ricky Smiley shout out. I'm like, oh man, Ricky Smiley shout us out. It went to Avant page. It went to some of everybody's pages. So, I mean, that was a good thing. Among some more movies, a lot of our movies just went viral. Yeah. And the funny thing about it is that the movies go viral with like just one little clip in it with somebody doing something, and then people start saying things about it, and the whole entire movie just go viral.
Oh yeah, because people got to look it up. Like, man, I got to see this movie.
Yeah, yeah. So.
You also got your own entertainment company, right?
Yeah. Ripp Entertainment Films, and actually, a lot of people know this is my initials. I actually created this.
Okay.
Remember, I was in Biloxi, and I was doing something, and I was like, that look good right there. So I turned around and I did the artwork on this, and my guy Sid, that's with 47 Mob, he doing my t-shirts and everything. So yeah.
So how many movies are we shooting a year right now?
Oh man, Right now, I'm shooting 7 this year.
7 this
7.
year.
I played this year. Then somebody made me mad. I wrote 4 movies in 3 months.
Someone made you mad.
That's just power and motivation for me. When people start talking, I start hearing my name. That's power and motivation for me. I have to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? So I wrote 4 movies in like 2 months. We shot Played, and then I wrote Below the Belt, Caught in the Trap. We just finished Caught in the Trap. Okay. Now I just finished Caught in the Trap. I just finished editing that movie. I'm doing a trailer when I get back home. But Friday, I'm shooting a new movie called Insecure Romance. I'm shooting that for 3 days.
3 days?
3 days.
You're gonna shoot a whole movie in 3 days?
Whole movie 3 days. What I like to do is challenge myself. I like to see how far I can go and what I can do so I see what my limits is. I'm shooting that 3 days. Got some great actors in that movie, Nelson Davis and Shantae. Shout out to Shantae Smith, one of the best actors over in Chicago. I fly her in and out all the time. Insecure Romance, we shooting that 3 days. Then we're gonna come back and shoot Stick Up that my wife wrote in July.
Okay.
And we're gonna come back and shoot in Afghanistan right after that in August. And then we coming right back in October, we're gonna shoot Tolerance, another movie that I'm working on. I'm about 35 pages in, going to 85 pages. And then we'll write another horror later on this year.
Oh, really?
And then January, we're gonna start with Neighborhood Dopemane 2.
Okay.
And we're gonna move into some more stuff. And then next year, I'm flying to New York for 3 days. I'm gonna shoot 3 days in New York with 1 movie. And that's my challenge. I'm shooting this movie, Insecure Romance, for 3 days because I'm challenging myself to fly to New York and shoot 3 days in another movie to see if I can do it. So I can do it.
He said I can do it.
Yeah.
So do you edit your own films too, or do you have an editor on deck?
I shoot, edit my own movies, direct. It was just 3 of us at first.
Yeah.
It was me, my wife, and my son. And we was doing everything. I do the schedules, I do the editing, I shoot the movie. We both do the casting. My wife do the writing, I do some of the writing. My son, it's like when we're on set, nobody has a set job. We just do everything.
Whatever needs to be done, just gets done.
We got titles on each other's name, but we just do everything. Whatever needs to be done on set, we do it. Regardless of the situation, regardless. Everybody get paid. She get paid well. Everybody get paid well on set. And then I'm telling you, when I start making more movies, everybody start getting paid more and more money.
Yeah.
And I like to pay people. I love paying people because it makes me feel good. Let me know that, I just like having those people behind me, to help push me, to have the same idea I got, same momentum that I got. You just got to have that with you.
Yeah. It's like if you're able to empower someone, man, it's like, oh yeah, we doing something right here too.
Yes,
man.
yes.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of these films, man. I want to ask you about the Lot Lizards. I saw the cover and I'm like, man, what is this movie about?
Man, Lot Lizard. My wife wrote that one, Lot Lizard.
Okay.
That was an idea. Doug from African Entertainment came up with the name. He said, but why we gonna keep it a secret? We named it Queen Angie at first. There's actually a movie called Queen Angie we got out. We named it Queen Angie, and we kept Lot Lizard a secret. And I was like, why you want to keep this name a secret? But when it came out, it went viral. I'm like, everybody and their mama was looking at this movie and everything. We got a street over in, I guess, East Memphis, it's called Lamar Avenue.
Okay.
All the hookers and everything, they hang out on this street, everywhere at the truck stop, Love's truck stop. Everybody saying, that's the Lot Lizard Town. They call it Lot Lizard Town. So they grabbed our name from the film, and it's like everywhere, it's like people like truck drivers. It hit so many truck groups, it's just pathetic. Everybody want to watch Lot Lizards, But I was like, Doug, I see why you kept that name a secret.
Yeah.
Because when that movie went viral, I think I looked on it, had like 1 million hits on that in like 2 months, something like that. Yeah, it went viral just like Neighborhood Dopemane did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about the movie The Woods?
The Woods. You know what? That movie, that was a challenge for me. I grabbed some actors and everything. We was shooting the movie. Everybody started disappearing. You know, for real.
Not like the movie.
Not like the movie. They started disappearing. Like, I ain't gonna never be able to get this movie straight. And I didn't write the whole script. I wrote like 5 scenes. So I had another writer on the script, and she didn't write it too well. She had some spiritual stuff in it, and we didn't use. I'm like, I don't want this to be no spiritual Cedar Rocks movie, like see a rock and the rock make you disappear. It's not like that. So I had to rewrite the movie. So I just wrote 5 scenes, and then I freestyled the rest of it from there.
Okay.
And it took me so long. I was so happy to get this movie out because it took me 2 years to do this movie.
Oh wow.
And I actually distributed that movie myself. And the movie's doing really, really well. But nobody knows, and it's the first time everybody knows, I shot that whole movie with a GoPro 9.
What?
The whole entire movie, I shot it with a GoPro 9. We was in woods, everywhere, shot with a GoPro 9. The greatest quality, of 5K quality, and the quality
That's
looks great.
different right there.
Yeah. I said, I'm gonna try that again. You know, but I shot that movie with that, you know, and it's out on, it's on Tubi TV too.
Okay.
That movie's on Tubi TV.
So how do you get distribution? How are you able to get your movies on Tubi, I think they're on Amazon, some may even be on Netflix if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, we're on 25 different digital channels, everywhere except Stars, BT, and Netflix.
Okay.
And going through my distributor, Maverick Entertainment.
Gotcha.
So I've been with them since 2015, been with them 8 years. They treat me well, I never have a problem with them. When they say when it's broke, don't fix it, it's not broken.
Yeah.
You know, after 8 years not broken, I'm fine with it. You know, so all my movies are distributed through Maverick onto, you know, those different channels.
Okay.
Everywhere.
Yeah, because I always feel like that's important, because if you create a movie, you got to have somewhere for people to find it at, you know?
You got to. Yeah.
So the movie Played, talk about this one.
Played, that's one of the Korean movies we shot.
Okay.
Played will be out next year.
Okay.
And that movie is really, really great, really good. It's about Kareem actually having multiple women and things like this, and he get caught up. You know, I think, if I can remember, I shot so many movies. We just shot that in January or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's about him going through, being with different women, things like they get into trouble and stuff like that, and a lot of different things, and he get caught up in that situation.
Okay.
So it's called Played, yep.
Is that one that your wife wrote then?
Yeah, she wrote that
Okay.
one. Yeah, she wrote that
So
one.
that's coming from a women's perspective. I know this is going to be crazy
yeah,
then.
Yeah, that's the second movie. That's the second movie for Kareem under Kareem Productions.
Okay.
That we got out.
Yeah. I always want to ask, like a director, how important is a trailer to a film?
Oh man, the trailer is the most important thing in the world because you get to see that trailer before the movie comes out. And see, my movies, I have some of the movies come, like right now, I got 17 movies on Tubi TV. And I got 3 last year that haven't came out yet.
Okay.
And I got 7 this year that's not even out or finished. So that trailer is very important because that lets get a person to see what's going on before it get there, because it takes about 6-7 months for my movies reach the outlets and everything. But they release my movies slowly because I do so many movies. We like to spread them out. Mm-hmm. We ain't gonna throw them out at that one time.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
Yeah. So if I sit down right now and stop writing whatever, I have about
You're still good for the next year.
two more years.
Oh wow.
I can sit down and take a vacation. I'm not gonna do that, but you know, but that's why I shoot them, just in case I take a break.
Yeah, understood.
Yeah.
How big of a passion is this for you? It seems like you're not going to get burnt out doing this.
Man, I'm telling you, I love doing this. Even when the money wasn't here, I was doing this. And for music too. Even when, and I spent a lot of money to music. I spent a lot of money on radio, spent a lot on music, concerts, touring, and I never thought about the money. I just did it because this is what I love doing. And for the filming, I was doing this before the money was here. So I got a very, very, very great passion for doing this, because it's not the money, it's about me doing this, wanting to do this and loving to do this.
Yeah.
And those people gotta understand that you gotta love something before the money get there. If you're looking for the money's not gonna be, you'll be disappointed. Because money not gonna get there. You're not gonna get the amount of money that you want. You gotta love doing this and love being there, and love the passion has to be there before the money, and then the money come along with it.
No, that's true, man.
Yeah.
So you said like 2018 was like your breakthrough. Why do you say that?
Because I filmed my movie. I think I filmed The Struggle in 17. In 2018, The Struggle went viral. And that's still one of my biggest movies, The Struggle. It's on Peacock and it's on Tubi, among other channels, but those two biggest channels is on. And The Struggle is doing very well. It's a hood movie. About a girl growing up in the hood, and her daddy, she didn't know that was her daddy that was drugging her and treating her bad and things like this. She was hanging with a gang, stuff like this. A guy tried to prostitute her, and she found at the end of the movie that her daddy, that was her dad all the while. You know, her mama came and told her about it. So The Struggle is really good. The Struggle 2 is out, both of them on Peacock and Tubi TV. So it really hit for me in 18 when that movie came out. But I had 5 movies before The Struggle came out. So Struggle is like my number 6 movie. And then after The Struggle, man, I started throwing them out there. And I'm never in a race. I'm never in a race with anybody. I just love doing this. I mean, it's inside here. I love doing this. You couldn't take this away from me. Take it away from me, take my life away. Because this is what I love to do, doing the movies. I've done everything else in the world. I model, I sing, had albums out, been an R&B singer, wrote, been a referee. Krim called me the Black Mexican.
He's got every job in the book, huh?
I didn't have it, but I always challenge myself, and I talk to my sons, tell them, you can do anything in this world that you want to do, just do it. Don't talk about it, just do it. You can talk all day long about anything, but until you put your hands on it and do it, it's never gonna come true. You just gotta do it.
And it's like, you also gotta tell them, like, try different things, because you never know what you're gonna find your passion for.
You gotta try different things, because it might not work this way, because I did music, you know, and then I went to films, but the thing about it, God put this in perspective for me. He knew where I was gonna go and knew what I was gonna do. For a long time, I was saying, I wanna quit my job, I won't work for nobody, this right here. I also have a truck business, my own truck business.
Man, it's workaholic.
Because I drove 22 years, I got my own truck business, but now I let the truck alone, and my son is driving, my son, Lil Chris. You know, I'm training him now in the truck. But the thing about it, I got off track what I was gonna say, but the thing about it, I tried everything and did everything, but the music was steering me toward films. Because what I've learned in music about the software, about the marketing, everything I learned in music is happening in the filming business. When I got to the film business, I already knew what to do because I learned it from the music. And it's just a pathway that I was taking down in order to know what to do. And then I was spending so much money, and I said, God, if you give me an opportunity to get this amount of money, X amount of money again, I promise you, I want to make sure that I do right by it. And that's what I'm doing now. And so it's like, it don't take away all your worries, but it take away the worries that you used to have. And you look back and think about what I used to have and what I got now. You know, it's so much more that you got, and people got to start just accepting and just thanking God for the things they got in their life, and start dwelling on the past, the things that you don't have, because you can get it. It's up to you to get it. Nobody's gonna go out there and get it for you. You gotta get it for yourself, you know? So it's like you be in this world by yourself. You gotta go out there and get it, you know? It's just like that.
Amen to that, man.
Yes,
That's
sir.
some wise words right there. I saw you flicked up a pic with MJG, man.
Yes,
Said
sir.
you got to work with him on a skit, man. Talk about that experience.
Man, Krim said, Ripp, I got to start getting these skits out. You know, I like the way his mind going. He thinking like me. You know, we're thinking together. MJG came along. He came to a movie premiere. Man, I want to get into skits. Now we got MJG calling. We're gonna do another skit. We get another skit done, and it's just, you know, now MJG is on the team. We're trying to pull 8-Ball over.
Okay.
Like this, he gonna join, but we got lots of guys that's joined the team with us. We got DeMars Harvey in Detroit, you know, Mr. Tubi guy. Got Nelson Davis, Mr. Tubi guy. Got Shantae, got Shelby, you know, Lay from Detroit. All of them, you know, we just pulling great people in that's working with us and you know, moving with us, and we just trying to get it.
Yeah. Talk about this interview on Fox 13, man. That's major, man.
Yeah, it's crazy that I used to work Fox 13 with my son doing music.
Okay.
And I was like, they know I'm doing film. They don't never say nothing to me. Whatever. So Jeremy Pierre, one of the news guys, saw Krim and he's like, oh yeah, you know, he was happy about the movie and they put Dopemane. And then, like, all of a sudden I got a phone call. We was in Panama shooting the rest of the movie Below the Belt.
Okay.
We was in Walmart. Cox Media called. Hello? Oh yeah, we is it Mr. Ripp? I said, yeah. We trying to do a interview on you. I said, but yeah, we filmed the movie here. I said, I ain't got all my equipment with me. That's fine, we just trying to get it done. I said, okay, let me get back to the room. So I got back to the room. We did a Zoom call.
Okay.
And I had all my guys say, come on, y'all, let's get together. They want to do an interview on all us. And see, think about me, they want to do an interview on me. But I said, nah.
Gotta have the whole crew.
Bring my whole team in. The whole team got to come in. It's not just me, it's the whole team. We got in, did the interview. They talked about some things and, you know, a few things. And I was, you know, I was happy and I was blessed about that because I'm trying to figure out how to get my phone number. That's why I'm like, how do you get my phone number? And I saw where he hit me on Instagram, but I'm like, see, my phone number's not out there listed. You know, one of my phone numbers is, but I'm like, how do you get my phone number? But I always have been told that if they want you, they'll find you.
They'll find you, right?
And they found me. So, you know, I was happy about that, really happy about that because that's letting the city know about what's going on is also, you know, the city knows what's going on. It's just that in my mind, I'm so busy, I'm not thinking that people know, but they do know. Like Krim tell me all the time, man, Ripp, you big, man. Me, I don't really feel that because all I'm doing is working. You know, I don't feel like that, you know, I'm this big nationwide guy, something like that, but because I'm just working. I was just talking to Joe Gotti on the phone, like before I got here, he's like, man, you just don't know, man. I didn't know Joe Gotti was watching what I was doing. I've been idolizing Joe Gotti for years and doing stuff. And I just talked to him on the phone a few minutes ago, and he inspired me with a lot of stuff. And that I didn't know. He was like, man, you know, I just didn't know. He said, you won't feel it, everybody else will for you.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know, but I'm just me, I'm humble, I'm just me, and I just do what I do because I love what I do.
Yeah. And I thought it was dope because, you know, on the local news, there's so much negative news on there.
Yeah.
So for them to shine a light on something positive, I always love to see that.
And you know what?
Man.
That was really good because I thought Fox 13 would never ever recognize me. And that was really good, you know. So.
No, that's dope right there, man. All right, Ripp, so can you share some advice to the youth coming up right now? They don't even have to be in the film, man. Just some kids coming up right now.
Just some advice to the youth, man. Just, you can do whatever you want to do in life. All you gotta do, listen to the people that's older than you or know more than you. A lot of people want to listen. I don't care if I'm 35, you know, and this person 55. 35-year-old might know more than 55-year-old. It's not about the age. You listen to somebody when they're talking to you and telling you things, and then think about it for the young people. If you start now, you'll be at the finish line before you get there. Just think, you just say I wasted 3 years, and somebody told me to do this 3 years ago. I'll tell my son that, I told you to get CDL 2 years ago. Now you're 22, you could get you 20. I said, I'm glad you're doing it now, but things can start when you're 20. So the best thing is never procrastinate on nothing that you're doing because only you can hear yourself talking. Nobody else cares about you talking. Nobody cares about you talking. Only you got to care about you talking and doing, you know, But if you're sitting here talking, running your mouth, you're not affecting nobody but yourself. You're affecting yourself.
No, that's real right there, man.
Yeah.
All right, Ripp, go ahead and plug your social media. Let everyone know where to find you at so they can find out these release dates on all these movies you're about to drop, man.
Yes, sir. So y'all can check out my website at Ripp, that's R-I-P-P, entertainmentfilms.net. .net. My Instagram, I am Director Ripp. Check out my Facebook at Ripp2, it's R-I-P-P, number 2. You can check out it's Robert Ripp Parker, Robert L. Parker. You know, I'm all over Google, social media. You Google my name, it's gonna pop up anywhere. Website, go to Tubi, you wanna check out my movies on Tubi TV, type in Robert L. Parker, you'll see all my movies pop up on Tubi TV. Whatever you Google, I'm out there. Yeah. And I tell people, when I first meet them, Google me first before you talk to me. You know, don't just talk to me, Google me first, and then come talk to me. Yeah. You know, and you'll find the true information.
I like that, man.
Yeah.
All right, Ripp, you got shout outs you'd like to give before we wrap it up here, bro?
Yeah, man, shout out to 47 Mob. That's my guys, my boys, my brothers. Shout out to my wife, Andrea Parker. Shout out to my brother-in-law, Clay, for coming up here, and we gonna start hanging more, coming into Atlanta, doing a lot of things. My sister-in-law, Lori. Shout out to, man, just shout out to all my fans, everybody out there that's out there for me, that's bagging me, everybody's behind me on doing everything, you know.
I come from shit, so I'm grinding. Not a day that I play, I'm trying. Run it up to the ceiling quicker, leave before a nigga.